Urban legends, at times far-fetched, have covered it in mystery, to the extent that when you approach its grandeur, you start believing all the gossip that has engulfed the unfinished building. There is a good reason for that. At first sight, you think it's a white cathedral with a Byzantine dome and heavy columns, very different from the modern-day style. Some are convinced that it is a royal casino, an unreachable, extravagant luxury that belongs to famous people or known constructors. To curious passers-by who may want to know what is this majestic building sitting on the sunny hill of Chafkashar at the Rinas exit on the Tirana-Durrës motorway, we say it is a hotel. Not just a normal hotel, but one that exceeds the dimensions of the Titanic. An impressive hotel with traditional Albanian details, which the constructors have decided to call it Amadeus Palace, like the classical music icon Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, because everything in here is a wonderful symphony from start to finish. The building has a superb architecture, not found anywhere else in Albania. The people behind this architectural projects are Besim Elshani and Elizabeth Gjoni, a dedicated couple who aim to leave stylistic footprints that will stand the test of time. The construction is still ongoing, but the hotel has taken the shape of an imposing artistic work. The guides showing us around this magnificent place are its creators. We are entering Amadeus Palace. I just noticed this amazing main door. How was it made? We are still in the construction stage and the door is not finished yet. It is made of wrought iron and it's designed by our architects and made by our handicraftsmen, who have produced an artistic wrought iron lace. The combination of the wrought iron and the handmade glass work behind it to create an artistic work that brings the outside in. What do the birds symbolize? The birds represent one of the ornamental elements which you will find in many aspects of the hotel, as they have always been the symbol of good news. Migratory birds bring good news and symbolize a connection between two cultures, the Western European culture and our culture, the Albanian culture, which is part of the European culture. And this is part of the main lobby, right? Here we are at the main entrance of the hotel, which will provide various reception services, luggage service, client service, and will have the main directions to the activity premises of the hotel. I will walk you later through the main activities. Where will the reception area be located? Somewhere there? We will not have only one fixed reception desk. There will be a mobile reception desk because we aim to provide the best service and the most comfortable conditions for the client. And the hall will extend to this area too, right? All this is the main central area of the lobby, and it offers main access to service activities. The main elements used in the construction of this hotel are natural stone and wood, a combination of these two elements. At times a simple combination and at times a complex one.
të thjeshtëzuar apo të përkthyer në qoftë mobilje, qoftë në veshje murale, qoftë në veshje.
It's found in the furniture, wall coverings, and the floors. Parquets, mosaics among the parquet, marble area, decorative coverings, and furniture. The main hall will not have a lot of furniture because it will welcome the clients by means of the relevant premises, principal functionality as they enter the hotel. It will also have a bar and a restaurant. And how will the floor be? Parts of the floor will be parquet, which we have designed and produced by ourselves, as you saw it before. The other parts will be in stone tiles. This combination will also be seen in the wall coverings. Is this the hotel's restaurant, the main restaurant? Yes, this will be the main restaurant, all-day dining, and it will offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the hotel guests. It is situated in the central areas because it will have activities around the clock and it will be opened all day long. And what's the square footage of it? The restaurant area will be approximately 460 square meters, and it will also include an open space cuisine offering clients instant dishes. This is the main bar. It will have boiserie carved wood panels, sofas, and armchairs where guests can enjoy business lunches. Mr. Elshani, it has been 5 years since you started the construction and the concept of this building. Did you have the idea long before that?
The idea started a long time ago, but the possibility to realize such work was somewhat difficult at the beginning, because we had to find handicraftsmen and professionals to do the work. It was very difficult to find the handicraftsmen, create these teams of artists with various fields of specialties, and lead all of them to carry out this work.
We leave the first floor and the services provided by these spacious premises, and we pass to the terrace area. The facade is yet in the classical style in European Renaissance, calling the times of the sophisticated history. The diligence of the builders not to forget the Albanian style prevails, such as the statues of Illyrian kings and the clocks with motifs of those times which shall always be functional. Is this the terrace? We are now on the terrace, which will be modified as we are on level 0 of the complex. As I said it before, the hotel complex consists of 2 buildings that will be connected between them up to level 0 by 2 underground floors. Above ground level, they will be completely separated from one another. We're working on several projects regarding access to Tirana, to the airport, to the center of Tirana, and to the main junction. Access roads are part of the governmental project to provide access, build the access road, and reduce the noise levels. We can now see the magnificent facade of the building. Who designed it? It's not just a simple facade of the building. Our construction concept is based on the pierre de taille construction, which means in freestone. Albania has a very atypical climate. It's very hot in the summer, and there is a fluctuation of 20 degrees in temperatures. We realize that stone construction maintains the heat during the winter and the cool during the summer. These stones are natural elements. Their color matches the surrounding environment, such as the choice of green color for the glasswork. The complex is built on the outskirts of Tirana, but within the boundaries of Tirana. This means that we are more or less a kind of separate entity, in harmony with nature and the surrounding areas. This will be in harmony with the greenery, in harmony with this garden, which will be in the middle, and it will have a reminder of the connection between the building and the nature. Have you planned anything else for the surrounding area? New roads, gardens, or other facilities?
We have thought a lot and we have drafted a project for the access road. Not just to the hotel, but for the whole area, which may serve as an access to Tirana. Or, furthermore, I'm calling it Access to Albania. It is a great access project, which in technical term is called Tirana Tirana, Rinas Rinas, Durrës Durrës. It will, however, depend on the assistance of the government in order to make it possible for us.
Everything your eye catches at Amadeus Palace has been worked and elaborated by Albanian artists, starting from the laborers to professional sculptors, who are members of the Albanian School of Fine Arts. There are approximately 100 artists pouring their passion in the decoration of the hotel. How many people are working on the construction of Amadeus Palace?
There are several teams working at Amadeus Palace. We have approximately 120 Albanian artists, sculptors working on monumental sculptures and stone carvings, as you already saw. They have produced vases, stone sculptures expressing the Albanian culture from the north to the south, incorporating various motifs. There is a team working on mural paintings and another one working on steel processing. Casting of monumental sculptures is done separately. For example, there are 120 artists working on it today. We designed this work, but this work is not just ours, it belongs to the Albanians. It will be inherited by the Albanians and will have a different internal design in different areas. It will also be a very good place for visitors as well, and for European culture. It will showcase the handicraft work and masterpieces produced in Albania. Such a great artistic and handicraft skills are difficult to find in Europe. The artists who have produced well-known works across Europe centuries ago had skills which are disappearing nowadays, and we are making an effort to revive them a little bit.
The particularity is that all the works in stone and timber coating the external and internal area of the hotel are made by artists contracted by the construction company of Amadeus Palace. After the completion of this major project, they shall continue their work for other future projects of the same importance level. They will continue at this very atelier, which has been converted into a real house of art.
Here you will find the antiquity in furniture production. But there are many different handicraft and artistic products which have been designed by our architectural staff for the construction of the Amadeus Palace in Qafkashar.
Is this the showroom?
This is a small area consisting of various mosaic parquets manufactured, made of solid oak, ash, etc., used for the chest of drawers. These one are the balusters. You can have a closer look. It's solid wood.
Is it heavy?
No, it's not heavy, because it's African wood, which is very light. It is easier to process it, but it involves an extraordinary work process, gold sheets and engravings, followed by a polishing process, which gives a distressed look to the product.
The bedside tables will be used in the rooms, right?
The bedside tables will be placed next to the beds. These are side tables for beds, manufactured by handicraftsmen and painted by hand. Here we are at the gold department. As you can see, a work process is on the way. Several decor tiles are being prepared. For example, this tile is made with gold, silver and copper leaves.
Is there an artistic sense in their creation?
Yes, this tile implies a real work process. All these designs and works have been previously done in the factory on the other side. The designs have been done with the pantograph, and then, after the pantograph, other processes follow, such as various lining, golden leafing and the other processes until the finished product. The paintings are done on site, and then these panels of paintings are assembled, undergoing other work processes throughout the hotel. This work involves precise details and fixed dimensions.
Where does the young lady get the ideas from?
To be honest, the young lady has chosen the pattern by herself. However, we authorize her idea. In the end, she is an artist. It is a manual job and very skilled job. A number of people work on this project every day. And this is how we have managed to establish this artistic workshop, which I think it is a beautiful project for the Albanian artist, and we are very proud of it. At the moment, he is working on the head of a bed, which has been prepared during the relevant process at the gold processing department. Gold, during this work process, undergoes the polishing and distressing of the product. The bed heads, after the polishing and distressing, are ready to be covered with fabric. This means that another process follows. The whole tapestry process will be done on site, and then we can call it a bed head. These are the doors to the hall. They are one-piece doors. The frames are not attached. They are one solid piece, identical to the process used in the 17th or 18th centuries. These are table legs, and these will undergo processes which shall also include gold leafing, polishing and distressing techniques, etc. This means a lot of work. It is an extraordinary amount of work, because, as you can imagine, these are all carved items. This gentleman is a sculptor. These are artists who have a long experience and have worked here for years.
This was the only work and embellishment of the wood, because a few meters away we meet another rank of artists. They're the ones who bring from their draughts works into their real dimensions.
Here is the showroom of various decors with different materials. We have mainly used materials such as the water-based gum and ecological resin. Everything we have used is environmentally friendly. We worked on concrete bases. We work on plaster bases.
Wow.
This is a mosaic created by us, under a particular handicraft process. There are more than 126 colors and shades.
This does not look like a mosaic at all. It's so sophisticated.
No, it doesn't look like one, because it involves a more special processing than a rough mosaic. This is the same as marble. It is polished the same as marble and conveys the aspect of mosaic's beauty and tenderness. A ceiling is handmade, and this is the molding process. It is a monumental amount of work and a vast range of artistic elements to be realized.
Did it require much time?
This one took 6 months to bring it to this level of processing. Its destination is the ceiling, made of water-based gum. We make our own innovative products. We do them in a different way, and all such decorations are eventually manufactured. We render them with various injections of colors and combinations, but we can produce only one per day. Now you can imagine the time required. This is one of the most beautiful frames, which shall be placed in the hall. This means that this is the ultimate frame in the hall of the hotel. There are busts of Illyrian kings. They are in the building now. These are 8 Illyrian kings, busts of kings. At first we produce the bust and then the monumental sculptures. This one made in the form of a lamp, the lamp of the bedside tables.
Wow, it's quite big.
It is so big because, if we see, we have left space for various light spots in the back and the cables will go underneath.
However, it does not end here, since the real surprise, the one which would fascinate the clients but also the passers-by in the distance, is exactly here, at this relief basement. It is the monument of Skanderbeg, 7 meters high and 6.5 meters wide. It will be placed on the dome of Amadeus Palace. It is a sculpture for which 8 work hours are carried out each day, and for the compositional solution 2 working years have been required. What color will the sculpture be?
It will be in bronze. It will be completely cast in bronze, and I can also show you the furnace. We have built a furnace for casting bronze.
In the meantime, it could not be missing the helmet of Skanderbeg, another masterpiece beyond normal dimensions. And how tall will it be?
This will be 4 meters tall. You should consider that everything is done by hand. The metal is processed manually. This is the specific characteristic of this work, which is done by hand. Works have not been carried out within an industry, which has extraordinary machines. However, everything is done manually. The idea of the helmet, sword and shields of Skanderbeg was linked to the building of a memorial. These are ground slopes and these are wide granulated stone paths, where people can walk. All of them surround this memorial. Sofitel expressed its interest 3 years ago. We have had several meetings. No doubts, we have had other offers too. American companies such as the Marriott, Kempinski, Four Seasons have also expressed an interest. I can say that the most well-known names and chains in the world have shown interest. They have visited the hotel and all of them wanted to take it, but as we feel a little francophone, we prefer to choose a French company to be present in Albania.
180 rooms and suites, all of them coated in a classical style, adorned with details which would make you feel the times that at least once in a lifetime you would like to experience. Chandeliers elaborated by the famous Venetian handicraftsman of Murano, the bed in imperial style with angels protecting on its head. The ceiling in floral style, French tapestry of the 18th century. Glass windows. They're only a part of the artistic spirit to be found at this hotel.
Kjo është një suite junior.
Junior suite, po.
Në të cilën
This is a junior suite where you can see all the manufactured and all processed products embodied in only one area, all in one. So this is a kind of showroom of all your works, isn't it? Did you convey your ideas about the whole interior design? Absolutely, yes. And will all the rooms be similar to this one? Every room is different. This means that each room has its own character, colors, and artworks, despite having, let's say, the same theme. Murals, painted manually, shall also be different. Each mural is distinct. Were they painted by the artists here or elsewhere? No, they have been painted in our atelier, and afterwards they have been assembled and glued to the frame, as you saw. These works were hand-painted and then attached to the fabric, the wall covering. It is a Buzak edition with mural panels which have also been produced by us and handmade. The parquet too is produced by us. We're just looking at the surface of it. There are 700 other technical elements which are totally invisible to this room. For example, the noise. In terms of the noise level, we can hear absolutely nothing. The quietness of the wood flooring. The parquet is yet in its unfinished state, and yet when we walk on there is no noise from the heels or anything else. There are so many elements of the electrical engineering nature completely invisible, and they have no aesthetical beauty to be shown. But they make up the most important part for the certification of a true palace.
Certifikimit të një palasi të vërtet.
Is this the closet? There is an area of the closet for the normal arrangements of the client's belongings, their garments. And there is another area which serves for the minibar. It will have a coffee machine, a set of glasses, and all the other relevant items for such services. If you look carefully above, you will notice the handcrafted work made almost the same way, making use of the golden, copper, and silver leafing. Is this the bathroom? Yes, this is the bathroom. The bathroom is one of the key elements for a hotel room, because whether we like it or not, it is a part of our comfort. Not just in the beauty aspect of it, but also in its functionality. The bathroom requires a sufficient and appropriate space, because there will be two people who will need to make use of the facilities, and they need to have the opportunity to complete the necessary rituals in the maximal comfort. The bathroom looks amazing. This is a mosaic completely created by us, and its work process included water jetting. It is quite atypical. It is something special indeed. I noticed the shower is separate. Absolutely. The shower should always be separate from the bath. There are several parameters and basic standards applied to the hotel industry, which should be met, otherwise we cannot be certified. This is one of the rooms, and it's superior room, the top category one. Our rooms, based on the categories, will range between 42 to 45 square meters, including the bathroom area. Each room is designed based on the same principles. The same applies to the suites, but they have different patterns. The murals will be different. I say they will be different because the frames will be different. All the handmade wooden panels manually will be distinct. This is a museum, a real art museum. Somehow, it's a hymn for the work of the Albanian artists and handicraftsmen, who don't just work to implement the designs, but they put a lot of love and passion in their work, and each of them does their very best. Here we are in a simple classic superior room. As I already mentioned, it has different murals with different design. It's not fully finished yet. And is this a king-size bed? All the beds are king-size. They will have the same dimension when the work is completed. The final work on the beds, bed legs, shapes of the armchairs is yet to be finished. In spite of the fact that this armchair is here, it does not actually belong in this room, because it matches another design. It is here only momentarily. This is again an artistic work. There are painted panels, the wooden flooring matches the bed and the mural in order to render a different aspect of the premises. Here we are in a classic room, but we call it the spring room. It has this beautiful aspect of flowers, details which give to it a certain light. This area, which presently serves as a monument hall, where the only sounds heard are the chisels and cutters of sculptures, with the opening of the hotel, shall serve as a wine canteen and a degustation buffet bar. All the works occupying this hall will soon be removed to different spaces of the hotel, contributing to its proper folklore. There are various sculptures made of different matters, such as full lichese stones, onyx, alabaster. And what is this? This is a young woman, a violin player, who is sitting in this pose wearing a concert dress. Here is a bride from Elbasan who is looking at herself in the mirror. And where do you intend to place this one? Well, each sculpture has its own place in the complex. There are sculptures which will be placed inside the hotel in various corners between the rooms. I don't mean this particular sculpture, but various decorative vases which will serve as a connection between the buildings, garden, bar area, and different spaces. For example, this one will be placed by the pool. This is a shell. One side of it will serve for the water flow, and it shines because onyx has a specific particularity. As soon as it's cleaned, it gives a various shade of brilliance and different glitters during the day. However, we're still in a working area. The idea is to establish artistic features for each area of the hotel.
Kjo është një skulpturë tjetër e cila ka një
This is another sculpture, which is made of shining marble and it has a special glow.
ndriçim të veçantë. Po të shikojmë
If we look at it under the sunlight, it sparkles and the grapes seem so vivid and ready to be picked.
Çdo kokë rrushi duket sikur jemi gati për ta kputur.
There are various vases, for example. This is processed in stones, which are rather significant in each detail. A real artistic work is an external vase, and it may well serve simply and only as a decorative object. It may also serve for placing another tree and somehow connect to the garden. The sculpture of the beggar is left aside. Processed in alabaster, there is a special expression in his face, which embodies the whole moment and the instant of pain. Life does not only have joyous things, trouble is also part of it, and we wanted to embody this in one form or another. What about the sculpture here? It is a little detached and in the spotlight. It's in the spotlight, but it is atypical due to the full expression given to the face of the Highlander, which means that it is a complete embodiment of the features. In reality, it is the face of a person, the father of a sculpture from Tropoja. And we have taken it as a typical representative of an Albanian personality from the north of Albania. And will this be the swimming pool area? Yes. It seems so big. It is not very big. It is half-size Olympic swimming pool, 12.5 meters by 25 meters. It is connected to the spa and wellness area, the health center, the sports area, and the relaxation area, which will provide different services. Obviously, the dome, in its light green color, is the most remarkable and distinguishing part of Amadeus Palace, which can be spotted from a large distance. The dome, if I'm not wrong, it's 7.5 to 8 meters high. There will be a restaurant in here, which will embody the French culture and culinary traditions. Is it true that it will be a 2 Michelin star restaurant? The Accor Group and the Sofitel aim to do so, and I think that it won't just be the food, but the ambience too. This hotel will incorporate a number of concepts. It is an atypical environment. It is special and simple, with large windows for a spectacular view. Are these arched windows? Yes, they are arched windows, and there are certain difficulties in the technical aspect to match the appropriate glasswork, which is handmade and will allow for a magnificent view of the surrounding hills. The dome was placed strategically to seem like a green crown. We had in mind the idea of a royal crown. This mini dome will be a private area for private evenings, for perhaps private family or business lunches. And this is part of the balcony. Well, this is an area of the terrace. We will offer lunch and drinks.
Dhe të vetat që do të shërbejnë për shërbimin jashtë, qoftë një drekë, një pije gotë verë apo një shishe ujë.
This is the restaurant?
Absolutisht, është pjesë e restorantit gastronomik.
Yes, this is part of the restaurant, which will serve food and drinks outdoors when the weather permits in the winter or the summer. Our weather is very good and makes this possible. Here we have a panoramic view of Tirana, expanding across the surrounding hills. As you can see, we are surrounded by rolling hills from all sides, and there are a number of buildings under construction. The wish of Amadeus Palace creators, beside the creation of a museum where art and history of Albanian culture merge and intertwine with European culture, is above all the establishment of a hotel serving to clients. Interests and various offers have never been missing from the prestigious companies of worldwide fame in the area of hotel management. However, we have already selected the management group. When will this works and luxury inside be seen by the people? So when will the hotel open its doors? What about the prices in the restaurants and the hotel? People are always curious to know all about these things.
This is a very important element indeed for us. The people will understand that we have knowledge of the work, which we have displayed, as you have already seen. You filmed around it. We do not offer an unprecedented luxury and unreachable for Albanians. Definitely, our strongest point is that it will be reachable for Albanian people. The prices will be relatively reasonable for the rooms, the restaurants and other activities provided inside the hotel.
Very soon, this marvelous building will be followed by a second one next to it, in order to better complete the Amadeus complex and to create an internal garden, which may become the favorite place for the citizens of the capital to enter a new world. 2016 is anticipated to be the year when Amadeus Palace shall open its doors to welcome the first clients, definitely with an awesome and spectacular ceremony. It can already be described as the architectonic miracle of Albanian hospitality.